What's good? It's your boy Fanon. I'm going to talk about Vasyl Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis and something that Lomachenko said about Jose Pedraza being able to beat Gervonta Davis now. And the reason that he lost to Gervonta Davis was that Pedraza was not prepared for the Gervonta Davis fight. But if he had been prepared, he would have beaten Gervonta Davis, and he's a better fighter than Gervonta Davis. All because he had a good fight with Lomachenko. There is a phrase that when I pledged in my fraternity, they made us memorize, and it was that excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothing. And that's exactly what Vasyl Lomachenko is doing here. He's making an excuse. And an excuse that is, it's just, come on, man. Don't disrespect Gervonta Davis because Pedraza figured out how to keep you from doing a lot of the things that you wanted to do and beat your eyes up, but you won the fight. And the fact that Gervonta Davis was able to take him out because Gervonta Davis was actually willing to go in there and try to knock Pedraza out, which was something Vasyl Lomachenko wasn't willing to do until the 11th round when he got Pedraza down twice. And when Pedraza in the 12th round, he wasn't able to do it in the 12th round because he didn't really try to do it in the 12th round. He figured he had the decision and he went on to the decision win. But I think that it is just remarkably unfair to Gervonta Davis to claim that a guy that got knocked out in the 7th round just wasn't prepared to fight. But let's go through what Vasyl Lomachenko said exactly, and then Gervonta Davis's response. Baltimore Davis dropped and stopped Pedraza to win the IBF junior lightweight title from him nearly 2 years ago in Brooklyn. Ukraine's Lomachenko suggested during an interview that aired Monday night on Sirius XM satellite radio that Pedraza's physical condition cost him when Davis defeated him by 7th round technical knockout in January of 2017 at Barclays Center. I think we can't compare me, Pedraza, and Gervonta Davis Pedraza because that was a different weight class. Lomachenko told co-host Randy Gordon and Jerry Cooney during the most recent installment of At the Fights. Gervonta Davis fought him in 130, and nobody knows how he can make weight. Pedraza at 130. I don't know how his physical condition on that fight. I don't know how he's prepared to fight with Gervonta Davis. But as you see, for a fight with me, he prepared very good. He was ready. So it was very interesting. Good. Lomachenko agreed when Jordan said Pedraza would have beaten Davis had Pedraza trained for their 130-pound title bout the way he prepared for facing Lomachenko. Yes, I think because on that fight with me, Pedraza was very focused all night, all fight. He was very focused. In the fight with Gervonta, he lose physical condition. Yeah, he loses breath. I think he would believe what he can make a strong punch for Gervonta, and he forgot about his defense. The incredulous Davis says, "Oh, now Pedraza didn't train for me." 10 emojis with laughing faces and one of a man face palming himself accompanying Davis's message. Get out of here, man. See, don't let this fly, man. This is the Lomachenko had shoulder surgery, right? That was the reason, right? So now it's not just that he had shoulder surgery and it was a dominating performance. It was that to excuse the fact that Gervonta Davis knocked Pedraza out. It was that Pedraza was not prepared for a 130-pound fight that he was the champion in. Nobody knows how Pedraza made the weight. Pedraza had been making the weight his whole career. Pedraza fought at 130 pounds whole career. He fought at 140 pounds. Jose Pedraza had defended that was his third defense of the IBF super featherweight title. It was his third defense of of that title. He was able to fight against Klimov and Cherry and Smith. Come on, man. Come on. No excuses like that, man. Lomachenko, you're too good for that, dog. Okay? You're too good for that, man. It wasn't that Jose Pedraza wasn't up to par against Gervonta Davis, man. Gervonta Davis was knocking out everybody. What makes Gervonta Davis, what makes Jose Pedraza any different than the other 18 guys that had been knocked out by Gervonta Davis? The only guy that go the distance against Gervonta Davis was back in 2014. Everybody else got stopped. Gervonta Davis was on a what is this? And I'm looking at BoxRec, so I don't screw these numbers up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 7, 8, 9, 10. He's on a 10 knockout. He's on a 10 straight knockout streak. 10 straight knockout streak. Not where somebody says, "Oh, I'm frustrated, I can't continue." Not, "Oh, I'm frustrated, I can't land a punch. Let me not continue." Vasyl Lomachenko is not the type of guy that has one punch knockout power. That's not his game. He does not have one punch knockout power. And what Jorge Linares did was Jorge Linares was able to take Lomachenko's shots. The difference between Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis is exactly what Jorge Linares said. Jorge Linares said Gervonta Davis has one punch knockout power, and Vasyl Lomachenko tries to wear you down over time. You absolutely can compare those two fights. Gervonta Davis was able to knock out Jose Pedraza because Jose Pedraza could not take the power of Gervonta Davis. The same way that everybody else other than one person has experienced against Gervonta Davis. This is beneath you, Lomachenko. It's beneath you, man. You had a tough fight. It's okay. All right? You had a tough fight that you won. Not everybody is going to quit against Vasyl Lomachenko. And over time, after 12 fights, 13 fights, people are going to start singing ways to deal with Lomachenko's A plan and his B plan. And eventually somebody's going to learn how to deal with all three. His C plan, which is close the distance, go to the body. Okay? That's just how it is, man. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I heard them trying to set it up. Well, some media members trying to set that same comparison up because you know what would have happened, dude. You know what they were trying to do. They wanted to, and I mean Top Rank, wanted to look better against Gervonta Davis's opponent than Gervonta Davis did. That's what they wanted to do. And they're not able to do it. So instead of giving credit, just saying, "Hey, Vasyl Lomachenko had a hard fight with Pedraza, and he won the fight. Styles make fights." They trying to hand Vasyl Lomachenko excuses. He was out of shape. Jose Pedraza was now out of shape for that fight, even though this was his third title defense, dude. It was Jose Pedraza's third title defense of the IBF 130-pound championship, man. Look, it's ridiculous. And honestly, man, like I said, Vasyl Lomachenko doesn't even, you don't need that, Vasyl. Vasily, is it pronounced Vasily? Vasily, you don't need that. All you got to say is, look, man, good fight for Jose Pedraza. I don't know how he would have done. Styles make fights. I don't hit as hard as Gervonta Davis. I don't have that type of power. And that's why I have the frustrating type of power. I have the type of frustration to make people feel like they can't hit me and they're going to keep getting hit and there's no reason for the fight to continue. But with Jose Pedraza found a style, fought in a style that didn't allow me to do that because he never committed to punches. And since he never committed to punches, there was never a way for me to really counterpunch him by shifting to my right and catching him basically with his back turned to me. And that's why he wasn't able to do that against Miguel Mariaga. But watch, man, Miguel Mariaga, slowly but steadily, fights are going to be more difficult for Vasyl Lomachenko. And not because Vasily Lomachenko is not a very, very good fighter, but because the more times people see you fight, the more they're able to actually prepare for you. It is easier to prepare for somebody who does not have knockout power, who's changing angles, and who's really frustrating and who's going to outpoint you more than likely. And I'm not saying that's easy to prepare for, because clearly fighting Vasily Lomachenko is not an easy proposition. But it's a lot harder to prepare for somebody that is a lot faster than you, a lot stronger than you. And then if he hits you to the body, he can knock you out with a body shot, and he can knock you out with a shot to the head. In Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is just a more dangerous fighter, a physically more dangerous fighter than Vasily Lomachenko. It's just what it is. And if Vasily Lomachenko fought Gervonta Davis, Vasily Lomachenko is going to have to stay completely and utterly focused for that whole fight, because it only takes one, a la Deontay Wilder versus everybody he's ever fought. It just takes one when you're a power puncher like Gervonta Davis. And the problem with Jose Pedraza was the same problem that everybody had with Gervonta Davis. It wasn't lack of preparation or lack of surprise. He knew, Jose Pedraza knew that Gervonta Davis had knocked out 7-8 people in a row. The cat ain't ignorant. He has the ability to look at fight tape. This is just beneath Vasily, man. and Gervonta Davis has the right to be righteously indignant about that comment, dog. Come on, man. No more excuses. Vasily don't need the excuses, man. Anyway, it is what it is, and with that, I'm out. Peace.